Have you felt it too? A strange shift in the texture of the internet, a feeling that the vast, vibrant digital world we thought we knew is becoming quieter, emptier. It's a subtle sensation, like walking into a once bustling town square to find it filled with mannequins instead of people. This feeling has a name, whispered at first on the fringes of online forums: the dead internet theory. For years, it was just that, a theory, a feeling that we were increasingly interacting not with other people, but with a ghost in the machine. We built our modern lives on the promise of the internet as a great library of human knowledge, a place of connection. But a strange new signal has begun to disrupt that promise, a discordant note in the symphony of human information. That faint signal is growing into a deafening roar of static. In 2024, for the first time in a decade, the balance tipped. Automated, machine-driven traffic officially surpassed human traffic, accounting for a staggering 51% of all activity online. And a huge portion of that machine activity is dedicated to churning out a bizarre new phenomenon, a kind of digital pollution some have started calling AI slop. This isn't just the spam mail of old. It's a tidal wave of low-quality AI-generated content that prioritizes sheer volume over any semblance of human value. You've likely seen its strange artifacts floating in your social media feeds, the uncanny valley images of shrimp Jesus or a Santa Claus with 6 fingers on one hand. Or you've waded through articles that feel strangely verbose, using 1,000 words to say nothing at all, endlessly repeating phrases in a generic, soulless tone. This flood of digital clutter is the anomaly, the ghost in the machine made visible. It begs a profound question: what is feeding this ghost, and why is it threatening to drown out the sound of human thought itself? For a long time, we had a comfortable story to tell ourselves about this kind of problem. The grand old explanation was that this was just business as usual, a simple evolution of the internet's oldest annoyances. We've always had spam. We've always had bots. This new wave, we reasoned, was just a matter of scale. As the internet grew, so too did the automated programs, the good bots that crawl the web to help search engines index information, and the bad bots that try to steal our passwords or scrape our data. This theory was elegant and, in its own way, reassuring. It was a familiar battle of cat and mouse. The motivations were clear and understandable: financial gain through advertising revenue, engagement farming, or data theft. We understood the rules of this game. It was a problem, yes, but a known one. We believed we had the tools to manage it, to filter out the noise and preserve the signal. It was, we thought, just a bigger version of a fight we were already winning. But that grand old story has begun to fray, its seams groaning under the pressure of a reality it can no longer contain. The whispers of doubt started when the sheer scale of the problem became impossible to ignore. The first unsettling discovery was the arrival of a powerful new catalyst: the democratization of generative artificial intelligence. Suddenly, the tools to create not just bots, but sophisticated, evasive, and human-mimicking bots were available to anyone. The barrier to entry for creating this digital noise didn't just get lower, it completely collapsed. Then came the numbers, the disruptive discovery that turned the whispers into a shout. The 2024 traffic report was a shock to the system. Automated programs weren't just a part of the internet, they were the majority at 51%. With malicious bad bots alone making up an incredible 37% of all internet traffic. This wasn't an evolution anymore. It felt more like a hostile takeover. And the content itself was the most unsettling clue. It wasn't just designed to trick or to steal. It was often just there, bizarrely banal. Think of the endless generic comments you see on social media posts that feel completely detached from any real human enthusiasm. It was as if someone was trying to fill the internet with a kind of safe, inoffensive background noise. This wasn't the signature of a simple thief. This was something else entirely. A ghost, behaving in ways our old theories could not explain. For years, we had been trying to fix a distorted map, assuming the landmarks were just slightly out of place. But the breakthrough came with a sudden, shocking shift in perspective. We weren't looking at a distorted map at all. We were looking at a map of a world that no longer existed. The revelation, the moment the new lens snapped everything into focus, was the realization that the dead internet theory wasn't a wild conspiracy anymore. It was becoming a quantifiable reality. The feeling of an empty, soulless internet wasn't just a feeling, it was the logical consequence of humans being outnumbered by machines. The ghost was real, and its name was automation. But what was its purpose? Imagine a photocopier making a copy of a copy. Each time, the image gets a little fuzzier, a little more distorted. Now imagine that process happening with knowledge itself. Model collapse is a destructive feedback loop where AI models are trained on the vast sea of AI slop generated by other AIs. The machine is learning from its own synthetic, soulless output. It's a digital Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail. With each generation, the AI's connection to real human-generated knowledge fades. Its answers become more generic, its facts more unreliable, its output more bizarre. The static we were hearing wasn't just random noise. It was the sound of a system forgetting what it means to be human. With this new perspective, the entire landscape changes. The unsettling whispers from before suddenly make perfect sense. That overwhelming scale of automated traffic, it's the direct result of AI making bot creation trivially easy. That strange, banal content filling our feeds, it's the inevitable output of AI models losing their grip on reality, forever recycling a copy of a copy. And that pervasive feeling of an empty internet, it's simply the experience of navigating a world where you are no longer the primary inhabitant. This new vista opens up profound and challenging horizons. We are now facing a confidence crisis, an erosion of trust that permeates every corner of our digital lives. How can we trust a product review, a news article, or even an online personality when it could be a performative avatar, an AI designed to look and sound human, but with no actual experience or soul? This is the synthetic media trust paradox. The more realistic AI becomes, the less we can trust what we see. For the human creators who built the internet's library of knowledge, this has triggered the structural collapse of the click-based economy. Their work is scraped and synthesized by AI overviews that provide answers directly to users, causing traffic to plummet, in some cases by nearly 90%, and severing the connection between creating value and earning a living. We set out to build a global archive of human thought. But what we've created is a dazzling hall of mirrors, where it's becoming ever harder to distinguish the original from the reflection. The journey forward is no longer simply about discovery. It is now a journey of preservation, of fighting to protect the very idea of authenticity. Our new challenge is not just to find new information, but to find the human signal in the ever-rising tide of the machine's static.